Picture this. It's 1932. Australia just survived World War I. The army is battle-hardened. Machine guns? Check. Ammunition? Plenty. But instead of fighting another country, they go to war against 20,000 giant flightless birds. And the birds win. Welcome to the Great Emu War, the most ridiculous military campaign in history. Today I'm telling you the true, absolutely insane story of how Australia got absolutely humiliated by emus. If you love weird history that sounds like a comedy sketch but actually happened, hit that like button right now and let's march into battle. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we dig up the craziest real stories from history that you won't believe actually happened. Drop a comment below with the weirdest history fact you know. Maybe we'll feature it next. All right, let's set the scene. After World War I, the Australian government gave free land to soldiers returning from the trenches. They settled in the harsh wheat belt region of Western Australia, places like Campion and Walgoolan. Tough soil, tough life. Then came the Great Depression in 1929. Wheat prices crashed. Farmers were desperate. The government begged them to grow more wheat anyway. And then, nature showed up with reinforcements. After breeding season, around 20,000 emus, those massive 6-foot-tall, 100-pound birds that can run 30 miles an hour and kick like a kangaroo on steroids, came marching out of the outback straight into the farms. They devoured crops, trampled fields, and smashed through fences, letting rabbits in to finish the job. The farmers, many of them ex-soldiers who knew their way around a machine gun, had enough. They wrote desperate letters to the government. "Send the army! These birds are destroying us!" The Minister of Defense, Sir George Pierce, said yes. Why? Target practice for the troops, maybe score some political points. And get this, he even sent a newsreel cameraman to film the whole thing for propaganda. Little did he know, this was about to become Australia's biggest military embarrassment. On November 2nd, 1932, the Emu War officially began. Leading the charge, Major Gwynedd Purves Wyn Aubrey Meredith of the Royal Australian Artillery. With him, Sergeant McMurray and Gunner O'Halloran. Weapons: 2 Lewis machine guns and 10,000 rounds of ammunition. Their orders? Cull the emu population and even collect 100 emu skins for fancy light horseman hats. The media immediately started calling it the Emu War. Headlines went wild. The farmers were thrilled. The soldiers were confident. What could possibly go wrong? Day 1, November 2nd. Troops arrive in Campion. They spot about 50 emus. Farmers herd them toward an ambush. The soldiers open fire, and the emus scatter like they rehearsed it. A few birds go down, but most just run. Emus are fast, smart, and surprisingly tough. Machine gun bullets? They kept going. November 4th. Ambush at a dam. Over 1,000 emus in one spot. The gunners wait for the perfect moment. Fire, kill about 12, and the gun jams. The rest bolt. The soldiers even tried mounting a machine gun on a truck for mobile warfare. The bumpy terrain made aiming impossible. Emus zigzagged like pros. By November 8th, they'd fired 2,500 rounds and only claimed maybe 50 to 500 kills. The numbers were all over the place. Major Meredith later wrote one of the greatest military quotes ever. "If we had a military division with the bullet-carrying capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world. They can face machine guns with the invulnerability of tanks." He compared them to Zulus who couldn't be stopped even by dum-dum bullets. The media roasted them. Headlines screamed, "Emu Army defeats machine guns!" Pierce pulled the troops out in embarrassment, but the farmers begged for a second chance. So on November 13th, the soldiers came back. Over the next few weeks, they claimed 986 emus confirmed killed, with another 2,500 supposedly wounded. Those numbers are debated. That's roughly 10 rounds per emu killed. The emus? They just split into small guerrilla groups and kept raiding farms. No human casualties, except the soldiers' dignity. By December 10th, the operation was over. The emus had won the war. The emu population barely noticed. They kept destroying crops for years. Farmers asked for military help again in 1934, 1943, and 1948, denied every time. Instead, the government just gave farmers bounties and bullets. In 1934 alone, hunters claimed over 57,000 bounties in 6 months. The real solution? Tall exclusion fences that finally kept the emus out. The story became legendary. It reached the UK, where conservationists were horrified. Today, the Emu War is celebrated in memes, podcasts, and even movies. There's an action comedy film about it that came out recently, and another one being written by John Cleese and Jim Jeffries. Moral of the story? Never underestimate a determined Australian bird. So there you have it, the day Australia lost a war to emus. One of the funniest, most ridiculous true stories in history. What do you think? Should they have tried again? Or are emus just unbeatable? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, subscribe for more wild history stories every week, and turn on notifications so you never miss a battle. Thanks for watching, stay weird, and I'll see you in the next one.